Welcome back to another Seattle Seahawks franchise. Today we'll be going over the people who have retired. Pete Carroll is huge. Tom Coughlin, longtime New York Giant coach, has retired. Sean Locklear, former Seattle Seahawk, I'm pretty positive, retired as well. But the biggest retirement for me and my team and the Seattle Seahawks is losing Pete Carroll. Tremendous coach. I do not know why he retired. I'm definitely mad at Madden for having to retire because you get experience points every single time you win. So we obviously went undefeated. We went to the Super Bowl and whatnot. So you get a bunch of experience points. I'm pretty positive I had maybe 100,000. I wasn't expecting Pete to retire, so I don't know the exact amount. But as we continue with the retirements, Michael Vick, Heath Farwell is retiring as well. Ryan Pickett is going to retire. Dewan Edwards, Terrence Newman. There's a lot of guys that retired in this season. I mean, a lot. James Harrison is another one. Will Allen. Roman Harper, Rasheed Mathis, Jared Allen, and Kevin Williams both retiring as well. Definitely Kevin Williams is a pretty good player. The 1 year that we had him, I really enjoyed having him on the team. He stepped up big for Brandon Mebane, or at least did a pretty good job. Fred Jackson, Jeremiah Ratliff, Carson Palmer. That's going to be tough for the Cardinals trying to win next year. Longtime Seattle Seahawk, Matt Hasselbeck. And Frank Gore, Andre Johnson retiring. Roddy White, I was shocked by that one. I'm pretty sure it's from an injury. Matt Bryant, Phil Dawson, Anquan Bolden, Darnell Dockett, Josh Brown, Sebastian Janikowski, Charles Woodson, Jonathan Goodwin, Darrell Smith, Steve Smith Sr., Matt Schaub, Wes Welker, Sean Hill. There's plenty of people that have retired in this season, as we're going to still go over a few more of these. D'Angelo Williams of the Pittsburgh Steelers for his last season has retired. Shane Graham, Benjamin Watson, Jay Feely, Jason Witten has finally called it a career. Jericho Cotchery, Peyton Manning, Antonio Smith, Jason Peters, and last but not least, Tom Brady has decided to retire. After the loss in Super Bowl 50, he has decided to retire. Now we move to the signings. Here is Russell Okung. I'm giving him a ton of money here, but I'm going to go a little bit lower here and see if he may or may not sign. But $28 million is still a lot, and he would accept the offer. Russell Okung is coming back as a Seattle Seahawk for a few more years in his contract. Here comes Jermaine Kearse. We're trying to sign him here. I'm pretty positive we do get him signed. It seems like it was easier to sign players here in this offseason rather than during the season, as I made a video to EA at Madden NFL trying to get that figured out. I was really shocked into why it didn't work and whatnot. So we do get a few players signed here. There are some players that said not interested, but I'm pretty sure that I did retain Jeremy Lane along with Robert Turbin. There's a couple players that I did have not interested, but I did end up signing them when it came to the free agent status. As you'll see here, Robert Turbin, we're going to give him a pretty decent deal. He decides not to take it, so we did end up giving him a little bit more in the free agent season and decided to sign him. Here's Chris Matthews, huge receiver for us. I decided to give him a lot of money. Not much salary, though, so he won't be too much on the salary. At least I think that's how it works. So he's not too much salary, but a bunch of bonus. Lost $10 million on that. But I did gain that money back within the next week, so I gained a lot of money. I think I started out the newest season with about $67 million, somewhere around there. And we do end up not signing Marcus Burley. There are a few players that I did indeed sign, like I just said. And I'm just really excited for this next season. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We start out our first game against the Green Bay Packers. The second game is either the Buffalo Bills is our second game. I'll let you guys know about the schedule. I'm still trying to figure it out, but we do end up re-signing Tony McDaniel. There's Ricardo Lockett. There's a bunch of players. We decided to let go of Ricardo Lockett and not re-sign him for another season. We thought it was just time to let him go and let the younger guys like Paul Richardson and Tyler Lockett have a chance to shine. We're going to go with a 4 wide receiver set with Jermaine Kearse, or 5 wide receiver, with Jermaine Kearse, I believe, or Doug Baldwin starting. The second being Chris Matthews, of course, who's been tremendous. Tyler Lockett is our third or fourth, and our fifth is Paul Richardson, but they're all pretty good players. So moving on to the coaches signing. Now that we have lost Pete Carroll, we have some tough shoes to fill with this next week that we're going to sim to and trying to find a coach. So we look at re-signing players. I'm kind of looking around here trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So we move on to the next week. We're going to sign a head coach here. If you guys have any predictions, put it in the comments below, but I will be showing you very shortly of who we do indeed sign. A few coaches that were fired in the offseason, one being Bruce Arians. He was retired. He was not retired. He was fired as their team went 2-14 this past season. So we look at the coaches here. Look at all of them. Thomas Single. I think that's just a random coach made. But here we go. Demetrius Turner, Mack, and Chuck Pagano. Level 18. He looks like a pretty good coach for my style of offense. Mike Pettin, Mike Zimmer, Jay Gruden, Bill O'Brien, I believe. And those are a few of the guys that are on the list. We're going up, and we're going to settle for Chuck Pagano. So I want to know your guys' thoughts on that pick for our head coach. It's going to be tough shoes to fill. I really didn't want to change my coach whatsoever. I'm still upset and a little salty at Madden for having Pete retire, but I guess if you go out on a high note, that's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I might have a few off-season updates in the future. Depends on what I'm planning to do next. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, and possibly subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.